Hello friends, welcome back to Love Wrestling. Spencer Love here with a name you're certainly more than familiar with. Nikki Cross. Nikki, it's great to see you. My mom's going to be excited I'm chatting with you. She's from the same hometown, fellow Glaswegian.
Really?
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha. She took the high road to get here. You took the low road, I guess?
Yes, I went in the lowlands, she went in the highlands.
Okay, well, we're good to go there as far as that goes. You took them all the way to Montreal. You're here for Elimination Chamber tomorrow. How are you feeling? It's a very, very huge pay-per-view. The possibility of challenging Bianca Belair at WrestleMania in Hollywood. How you feeling?
I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I am so excited. There's, when it comes to Elimination Chamber or any high risk match like this, the nerves are natural, the butterflies are natural, but I'm just excited. I mean, it's such a unique, innovative match, and the cage, the Elimination Chamber, is either your best friend or your worst enemy, and then we're all excited to see what goes on in Montreal at the Bell Centre tomorrow night.
Now, it's a very different Elimination Chamber for you this time. The last time you were in it, you were very nearly almost a superhero, one might say.
One might say, almost a superhero.
How are you maybe approaching things differently? It's definitely a different Nikki Cross, maybe a bit of a return to the roots, so to speak. So a little bit of a different game plan. How are you approaching this one differently than the last?
For me, Nikki Cross is all impulse. Nikki A.S.H might have went in with a strategy, but for me, Nikki Cross is just wild, unpredictable. She's impulsive. Like, I don't know what goes through her head until she actually does it, So for me, I don't. As Nikki Cross, you don't have a game plan. You just go off on impulse. You're trying to, you're 5 other people are locked in there with you, so it's time for some playtime. Nikki Cross just loves to make new friends. So for me, this is Nikki Cross's playground. This is my element, her element, everyone's element, and then I can't wait. And then the road to WrestleMania continues tomorrow night.
Yeah. The absence of the plan is the plan, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Because if you're wild and unpredictable, no one can guess your game plan. So really, she's crazy like a fox.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, hopefully there was a bit of a plan at the Royal Rumble. What inspired you to sprint to the ring like nobody's business?
For me, it was just go. It was go time. It was the Olympics. It was the Olympics. It was the Super Bowl. It was time to go. It was time to make that sprint. I saw that there was a distance, and I was like, I'm going to cover this distance and maximize my minutes, and when I see the ring and it's full of women that I can beat up, I'm going there full sprint. I can't wait to get down there and beat everyone up. So
I was going to say we can expect a little bit of the same coming up tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's the same idea, just attack anything that moves. Eyes on the back of your head. I love the Royal Rumble, and I actually did some practice sprints the night before because I was like, let me get
a gauge of it.
But when I did my practice sprints, I was actually in my running shoes, my Brooks. So when I actually did the sprint, I was wearing wrestling boots. So it was interesting. It was very fun.
Interesting's a nice little political word for it, hey? Love it. Now, obviously, there's a bit of a return to the roots, like I mentioned off the bat there. What inspired it? Was it a Nikki Cross move? Was it maybe a backstage move? Or why is there the return to maybe a more traditional Nikki Cross than we've seen before?
For me, it was a natural evolution. You had Nikki Cross in NXT with SAnitY. You had Nikki Cross have that journey in NXT, and she almost became this lovable bundle of chaos, which the fans got behind, coming up to Raw and teaming with Alexa, struggling to fit in, and then fitting in with Alexa, and then the split with Alexa, and then teaming, teaming with Rhea after becoming A.S.H. And then for me, I think it's been such a natural evolution. It's been a natural journey. When you look at my career over the last 7 years, it's always been a very natural progression. So A.S.H, you had this superhero, this girl who tried to be good. She tried to be you know, she tried to be a superhero. She tried her best, and it just didn't work out for her. So she reverts back to the goal that she knew 6 years ago in NXT. So for me, it's all about character development. It's all about that natural progression and evolution. So for me, nothing came out of the blue. Everything to me was organic, because I understand Nikki Cross, and I understand Nikki A.S.H better than anyone else on this planet. So for me, everything made sense. Like, she has been left alone. She has been abandoned. She has, you know, tried all these different things, and she got to the top of the mountain. She won the Raw Women's Championship. She won the Tag Team Championships for a record-breaking time. So it's like, and then it's gone. So then how does that character come back from that?
Yeah.
And what happens to her in that journey back? And I'm a big movie fan. I'm a big, you know, character development is just, I'm all about that character development. For me, it was very organic, and it was a natural evolution for Nikki.
Then I would have to ask, of course, would SAnitY maybe play a part in that evolution? Because going right back to the roots, it seems like you'd maybe want to move away from that if you're looking to move forward, but how can you move forward without looking at the past, right? So is there maybe a little potential for a SAnitY reunion at some point?
For me, SAnitY was the most fun I've ever had in my career.
Yeah.
You know, I had Eric Young, who was like this crazy uncle. I had, you know, my husband, Killian Dane. Getting to work with my husband was really fun. And then I had my best friend, Alexander Wolf. So for me, SAnitY was the most fun I've ever had in my career. And I learned so much from those three men. Mm-hmm. They taught me so much, and I learned so much. So for me, like, it's a time I look really fondly on, and it helped me grow as a performer. So I would never want to forget that.
Yeah.
I would never want to forget that, because it's so integral to Nikki Cross as a character.
Mm-hmm. Now, returning to the roots with SAnitY, returning to the roots with NXT, I have to ask you about one of your competitors in the Elimination Chamber, because selfishly, it's one of my favorite NXT matches of all time. Yourself and Asuka in the ladder match. You're facing a terrifying version of Asuka, and not that she hasn't been before. How are you maybe preparing for her specifically?
Crazy meets crazy. Chaos meets unpredictability. Wildness. You know, I love challenging myself and fighting with Asuka. I think we bring out the best in each other, and if we can return to, you know, if we can play on what we've done in the past and go towards a great future matchup, then hell yeah.
Love to hear it. Nikki, thank you very much for your time. I am pumped to see you in the Elimination Chamber tomorrow night at the Bell Center. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to Love Wrestling for more from Montreal. I've been Spencer Love. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you.